Sweet Gertrude, leave us too, for we closely sent for Hamlet hither, and he, 'twere by accident may hear, affront Ophelia, her father and myself, lawful espials, will so bestow ourselves, that seeing unseen, we may of our encounter frankly judge and gather by him, as he behaved, if the affliction of his love or know that thus he suffers for.
I shall obey you, and for your part, Ophelia, I do wish that your good beauties be the happy cause of Hamlet's wildness. So shall I hope your virtues will bring him to his wonted way again, to both your honors. Madam, I wish it may. Ophelia, walk you here. Gracious, so please you, we shall bestow ourselves. Read this book. That show of such an exercise may color your loneliness, are oft to blame in this. 'Tis too much proved that with devotion's visage and pious action we do sugar over the devil himself.
Oh, 'tis true. How smart a lash that speech doth give my conscience. The harlot cheek beautied with plastering art is not more ugly to the thing that helps it than is my deed to my most painted word. O heavy burthen.
I hear him coming. Let's withdraw, my lord.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of trouble, and by opposing in them to die, to sleep no more, and by a sleep to say we end the heartache, the thousand of natural shocks, that flesh is hair, to 'tis a consumption, devoutly to be wished, to die, to sleep, perchance, to dream. Aye, there's the rub, for in that sleep of death, what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must we give us pause? There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the opposer's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love and law's delay, the insolence of office and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin, who would fardels bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but with the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country, from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzle the will, and makes us rather bear those ills we have, than fly to others that we have not of. Thus conscience does not coward of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is sickled o'er with the pale cast of thought and enterprise of great pitch and moment, with regards their vibrance turn awry with the name of action. Soft you now, the fair Ophelia, nymph in thy horizon, be all my sins remembered.
Good, my lord. How does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank you. Well.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have longed to redeliver. I pray you now, receive them.
No, not I. I never gave you aught.
My honored lord, you know right well you did, and with them words of so sweet breath composed. Take these again, for to the noble mind rich gifts wax poor when givers prove unkind. There, my lord.
Ha! Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty.
Could beauty, my lord, have better commerce than with honesty?
Aye, truly. For the power of beauty will sooner transform honesty from what it is to a bawd than the force of honesty can translate beauty into his likeliness. This was sometimes a paradox, but now the time gives it proof. I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord, you made me believe so.
You should not have believed me, For virtue cannot so inoculate our old stock, but we shall relish of it.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I myself indifferent honest, and yet I would accuse me of such things that it better my mother had not borne me. I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offense at my beak than I have thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them in. What should such fellows as I do crawling between heaven and earth? We are errant knaves all. Believe none of us. Go thy ways to a nunnery. Where's your father?
At home, my lord.
Let the doors be shut upon him, and he may play the fool nowhere but in his own house. Farewell.
Oh, help him, you sweet heavens!
Oh, if thou dost marry, I'll give thee this pledge for thy dowry. Be thou as chaste as ice, as pure as snow. Thou shalt not escape calumny. Get thee to a nunnery. Go, farewell. Or if thou wilt needs marry a fool, for wise men know well enough that monsters you make of them. To a nunnery go, quickly to, farewell.
O heavenly powers, restore him!
I have heard of your paintings too, well enough. God hath given you one face, and you make yourself another. You jig, you amble, you lisp, and nickname God's creatures, and make your wantiness, your ignorance. Go to, I'll no more. On't it hath made me mad. I say we will have no more marriages. Thus that are married already, all but one shall live, the rest shall keep as they are. To a nunnery go.
Oh, what a noble mind is here overthrown! The courtiers, soldiers, scholars' eye, tongue, sword, the expectancy and rose of the fair state, the glass of fashion and the mold of form, the observed of all observers, quite down, and I of ladies most deject and wretched, that sucked the honey of his music vows, now that noble and most sovereign reason, like sweet bells jangled out of tune and harsh, that unmatched form and creature of blown youth, blasted with ecstasy. Oh, woe is me, to have seen what I have seen, see what I see.
Love his affections, do not the way tend, for that he spake, though he lacked form a little, was not like madness. There's something in his soul, over which his melancholy sits on broad, and I do doubt that hatch and the disclose will be some danger, which for to prevent I have in quick determination. Thus set it down, he shall with speed to England, for his demand of our neglected tribute. Happily the seas and countries different with variable objects shall expel. This something settled matter in his heart, wherein his brain, still beating, put him thus from fashions of himself. What think you on't?
It shall do well, but yet I do believe the origin and commencement of his grief sprung from neglected love. How now, Ophelia? You need not tell us what Lord Hamlet said. We heard it all. My lord, do as you please. But if you hold it, after the play, let his queen, mother all alone entreat him. To show his grief, let her be round with him, and I'll be placed. So please you, in the ear of all their conference, if she find him not, to England send him, or confine him where your wisdom best shall think.
It shall be so. Madness and great ones must not unwatched go.